Hello students, welcome to part 2 of chapter 11, Enhancement in Food Production. Today we are going to study about green revolution and biofortification. Let me remind you, I'll be teaching you only the part which is included in board 2020. What is green revolution? This great person, Dr. Norman Ernest Borlaug, he is an American biologist, agronomist. He is known as the father of green revolution. He is the agriculture's greatest spokesperson. He saved billions of lives and was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize in 1970 for saving lives in India, Mexico, and Middle East from starvation. Sir Dr. Norman Borlaug developed semi-dwarf disease-resistant varieties of wheat. Another great person, Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. He is also called as the father of Indian Green Revolution. He introduced high-yielding wheat varieties in India. He advocated moving India towards sustainable development, especially environmental sustainable agriculture, sustainable food security, and preservation of biodiversity. What does the word sustainable development mean? It means development of the crops, development of the environment, considering or fulfilling the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So, when we are fulfilling the needs for today's generation, we should also keep in mind the necessities of the future generation. This is the meaning of sustainable development. Swaminathan sir advocated sustainable agriculture. He also advocated food security for today's generation and for future generation, and simultaneously preservation of biodiversity. He is the pioneer in developing mutation breeding in India. He developed new varieties of wheat in India as Sonora, Sharbati, and NP 165. Dear students, remember when we gained independence in 1947, population of India was just about approximately 40 crores. Still, we had to import crops, grains, wheat, rice from other countries, corn. But today, though our population is almost 130 crore plus, we are able to export. And thanks to Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, who is the father of Indian Green Revolution, who helped us to develop our crop production. Now, along with many other awards, Sir is awarded with Padma Shri in 1967 and Padma Vibhushan in 1989. So, what did Green Revolution include? What actually these two people did? This is a nice key chart I have prepared for you. First, Green Revolution includes introduction of chemical fertilizers. Addition of chemical fertilizers included addition of nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, which eventually lead to the development of the crops. Introduction of synthetic, that is chemical herbicides and pesticides. So chemicals which kill the pest, chemicals which kill the herbs. Obviously, if pests were not there, herbs were not there, there was less competition for the crops and better crop quality was produced, better quantity and quality of crops were produced. Because of introduction of chemical fertilizers, because of use of herbicides and pesticides, of course synthetic, artificial, chemical, there was high yield in the crop production. Multiple cropping system in one field only. This is suppose one field. Here suppose one cereal has been grown, and parallelly to it another crop of a pulse could be taken. Because of multiple cropping system, the nutrients that were used by the crops in the fields were not exhausted, were not over, because every crop needs different type of nutrients, and this included multiple cropping in it resulted into large quantity of food production. So this is the gist, what included, what was there in Green Revolution. Green Revolution, basically we are talking with the agricultural or crop production revolution. Then you also know about what was White Revolution, that is related with dairy and milk products, and what is Blue Revolution today, that is related with the cleaning of the water bodies. Due to this green revolution, due to all these practices which were carried out in green revolution, disease resistant varieties of wheat, rice and maize were produced. So this was the benefit of the green revolution. We got high yield crops, we got large quantity of food production, and disease resistant varieties of wheat, rice and maize were produced. Now let us understand what is the term biofortification. It is a method where crops are bred for higher nutritive value. It is just like having any nutritive in your drink, in your nutritive protein drink in your milk. So similarly, here the crops are bred to get higher nutritive value from the crops. That is having higher vitamins, minerals and fats from the crops to avoid problems of malnutrition. And yeah, if basic diet, staple diet supposes uh, jawar or bajra or wheat or rice, suppose only get, if these crops give you carbohydrates, instead of only giving carbohydrates, if we are if they are giving you additional vitamins, additional minerals, additional proteins, additional fats, of course problems of malnutrition will be solved. So main objective of biofortification is to increase the protein content, the oil content, the vitamin contents, the micronutrient value and quality of the crop. How can we achieve biofortification? It can be conventionally done by selective breeding practices. Ki select the plant which is having like production of good quality of seeds or oils and vitamins are there and just breeding that. Or by the recent recombinant DNA technology, by incorporating the desired genes into the seeds and then raising the crops to get desired quality, quantity and the nutrient value of the crops. Examples of biofortification: fortified maize with twice amount of lysine and tryptophan amino acids. Now, maize, when you eat maize diet, of course, only carbohydrate is what you get. But because of our DNA technology, we have incorporated the gene which could also provide you amino acids like lysine and tryptophan. And obviously, these will produce proteins in your body. So, only eating maize will give you both carbs and proteins. Rice is fortified with 5 times more iron. Eating rice, getting carbohydrates plus iron, biofortification. Atlas wheat 66 is fortified with proteins. Bitter gourd and tomato enriched with vitamin C is developed by Indian Agricultural Research Institute. And carrot and spinach, two more examples having more quantity of vitamin A and minerals. So this is biofortification, addition of more nutrients to your crops by, of course, rDNA technology. Now, students, in next video, we will start with the second part of the chapter, microbes in human welfare. Thank you.